Hi, everybody. I'm Samar, and I'm here with Jana. We're going to talk about understanding differences. So, diversity encompasses a range of individual differences, essentially. So, it could be race, gender, age, culture, religion, socioeconomic background, abilities, or perspectives. Now, diversity is a moral imperative, but it's also good for business. So, what do I mean when I say diversity is a moral imperative? Well, diversity is a moral imperative because it promotes mutual respect and belonging. Respect is a manifestation of a belief in the equality of all people, and belonging is crucial to happiness. So, if everyone is equal and equally deserving of happiness, then diversity is a moral imperative.
I love it.
Now, diversity is also a strategic advantage in business because it fosters creativity, competitiveness, and social harmony. Data consistently supports that diversity is a strategic advantage. Companies that actively promote diversity and inclusivity often experience stronger financial performance, increased innovation, and better market positioning. And there's substantial data linking companies' diversity with financial success. There have been numerous studies over the years about diverse companies outperforming less diverse counterparts in financial and operational metrics. The mere presence of diversity isn't actually enough, but a company must foster an inclusive culture where all employees feel valued and empowered to contribute. Without that, the benefits of diversity are unlikely to materialize, and friction and disengagement could occur. So, what are some of the key research findings about diversity and its offering of strategic advantage to businesses? There's the McKinsey report, Diversity Wins 2020 report, that found that companies in the top quartile for gender diversity in executive teams were 25% more likely to achieve above average profitability compared with companies that were in the bottom quartile for gender diversity in executive teams. Also, in terms of ethnic diversity, the same report found that organizations with ethnically diverse executive teams were 36% more likely to outperform on profitability. So it seems really like a no brainer in terms of a business success to engender diversity as much as possible. There's also a study by the Boston Consulting Group that's in 2018, and it found that companies with above average diversity on management teams had innovation revenue that was 19 percentage points higher than companies with below average diversity. And finally, there's a Credit Suisse research showing that firms with at least one female board member delivered higher return on equity or ROE and higher net income growth compared to boards with no female representation.
I love this data, and I love when we can bring numbers to support such an important topic. But what are the benefits of diversity that can contribute to a company's success?
Yeah, exactly. So, why is diversity such a game changer for companies, right? Great question. So, one reason is that diversity leads to enhanced creativity and innovation because of the very perspectives that a company enjoys, that a diverse company enjoys. So, diverse teams bring different viewpoints, and that leads to more creative solutions and innovation. So, people from different backgrounds are going to bring unique sets of skills and experiences, and that enriches the collective knowledge of any group that's trying to achieve anything in the company, right? And exposure to different fields or cultural norms can spark novel ideas that might not emerge in more homogenous groups. Diversity also helps people working in organizations to challenge assumptions. So, people with different viewpoints are going to be questioning the status quo and challenging implicit biases or assumptions that would otherwise go unnoticed in a homogenous group. So, people don't even know that they are restricting themselves in their thinking to some of these assumptions until somebody who's coming from a different perspective can point it out to them and challenge those assumptions. So that really encourages deeper exploration of problems and finding alternative solutions. And often it's this combination of perspectives that leads to new ideas. So provides kind of raw material for new ideas through combining seemingly unrelated concepts. So, for example, fusion of engineering and artistic vision in creating good technology design, user friendly design, like in a phone, for example. And then diversity also helps us to broaden problem solving approaches. So, their diverse teams are much less likely to rely on a single approach for solving problems. So you're trying different ways to solve a problem. You're much more likely to achieve a breakthrough. And diversity encourages open mindedness. So team members are more likely to entertain unconventional ideas if they see others thinking differently, right? So it reduces groupthink. And so those are all ways that it helps with innovation, but it helps companies in other ways too. So, diversity enhances performance and productivity, basically because employees who feel included are more engaged and productive. They're also more adaptable. Diverse organizations are more adaptable, so they're more agile. They can adapt to changes in global markets and in local markets and trends in their industries, etc., more easily. There are advantages when you're going to market as well. So a diverse workforce can better understand and cater to diverse customer bases. That makes sense. And finally, it helps with talent attraction and retention. So inclusive organizations are much more likely to attract skilled professionals who are looking for open and equitable workplaces. And once a diverse company has recruited somebody, those employees are much less likely to leave. So, diversity essentially reduces turnover because employees are more likely to stay in environments where they feel valued and included.
I love it. It's like it's a no-brainer, right? It's once you understand the beauty of the difference, it's like not about pointing right or wrong, just understanding the beauty and the power inside of the difference. It's just a win-win. Everybody wins, right? And how we can promote an inclusive mindset to promote all that.
Yes, that's a very important point, Jana, because as I said, diversity alone is not enough. Inclusivity is required to fulfill the moral imperative and to reap the business benefits of diversity, the benefits of diversity to the business. So, what does promoting an inclusive mindset mean? Well, on a high level, it means fostering awareness, empathy, and proactive behaviors that respect and value diversity. In terms of how to go about that, things you could do would be to cultivate self awareness at the organization. So, first of all, identify biases. And I know that there are some other videos that Paradigm members can watch in this library that address unconscious bias, for example. But identifying biases, inviting people to reflect on and acknowledge their unconscious biases can help. And there are some tools, for example, implicit association tests that can help uncover unconscious biases. Being open to feedback. Again, there's a video accessible on how to have challenging conversations, how to have difficult conversations, where we share some tips on being open to feedback. So, in the context of ensuring inclusivity, that means basically encouraging others to share how your own words or actions might actually unintentionally exclude others. So, being open to that type of feedback. In terms of educating and building understanding within the organization, learn about diversity yourself, learn about different cultures, identities, experiences, question generalizations, so challenge stereotypes, and your organization could promote awareness campaigns, so workshops, talks, events to increase understanding. In terms of fostering empathy, um, we can make an effort to listen actively, practice compassion, so recognize and validate the experiences of others, even if they differ from your own. Encourage open dialogue by creating safe spaces, so ensuring people feel comfortable expressing their views and experiences, and respecting differences. So approaching disagreements as opportunities to learn rather than opportunities to win. So those are some tips. There are others, using inclusive language and developing other inclusive perspectives, being flexible, particularly if you're in a leadership position, then lead by example. So demonstrate respect, empathy, demonstrate openness in your actions. You should be modeling inclusive behavior. Be an ally. Speak up against exclusionary practices or language and advocate for equitable treatment for of all, even if you don't fall into a group that might be feeling discriminated against, and encourage collaboration. Basically, promoting an inclusive mindset requires continuous effort, education, and commitment. It's not a binary type of project to undertake as an organization. It's going to be ongoing, but by embracing diversity and actively working to create these equitable, inclusive environments, an organization can build a culture where people feel valued and empowered to contribute. And that is a hugely powerful tool for an organization, a hugely powerful asset for an organization.
I would take as the my favorite quote of everything that you said, and I love everything, but I think it can fit to anyone and doesn't matter where is the position you are. But I love what you said about the opportunity to learn and not to win. I simply love it. I think that goes a long way and can just empower this whole mindset and those environments to promote what we are looking for. I love it.
I think that's a hard one, though. I'd like to think that I'm more open to that type of growth mindset or learning mindset now, but particularly for us as lawyers, right? We like to argue and we like to win when we argue. So it might take some work for us to let go of that, but it's well worth it.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Jana.
Thank you.